E.N.D here. Today we're going to talk about Once Upon a Time. This is my personal copy. This is in a foil version. It's a very beautiful card in foil. When I first pulled this card, I was extremely happy. Once Upon a Time was a very good rare card in Throne of Eldraine. Now everyone knows that the card was banned in Standard, and usually, and I'm saying usually because there is an exception, that is Oko Thief of Crowns, usually when a card is banned in a particular format, we see a drop in price. Let's have a little bit of history about the price of Once Upon a Time. We see that the card was already or always deemed as a very good card, even at spoiler season. We see the card being fluctuating between $10 to $15. When the set was released, Throne of Eldraine was released, we see an increase in price only because the card was very good in those particular decks that had Oko Thief of Crowns. Obviously, after the ban of Field of the Dead, those decks became more important and more powerful in Standard, so we see a big increase in price, a large demand for the card. It had a maximum of around $19 to $20. That was the highest price that we saw Once Upon a Time. Obviously, in my opinion, it was a big surprise to see the card being banned in Standard. Everyone believed that, or everyone was expecting Oko Thief of Crowns to be banned, but really Once Upon a Time I didn't expect that card could be banned in Standard. With Oko, probably would have been banned a couple of months later, but the card was banned, and we are seeing a drastic drop in price. From a high of $19, $20, we're seeing that the card is being traded at around $15 to $16. Obviously, because it was banned, we are expecting to see this drop in price. You have to remember that Once Upon a Time, it's a rare card, not a mythic, so supply of the card is larger than mythics. And also we have other versions of the card. You have to remember that this is the price of the foil. We're seeing that it had the highest price possible was around $45, and it dropped immediately. It dropped more with the ban in Once Upon a Time. There is a second version of the card, that is the extended art. These beautiful cards, they are beautiful cards. In my opinion, these are collectible cards, not to be played. We're seeing also a drop in price in the extended art. This is the normal extended art version, not the foil, currently being traded at around $30. What will be the future of Once Upon a Time? I think that the card will stabilize at around $10 to $12, only because obviously in Standard this card cannot be played, but only because the card is also good in other formats. It's also good in Pioneer and is also good in Modern. If there are decks that will be playing top tier decks that will be using and playing Once Upon a Time in Pioneer, because I think Pioneer is a very interesting format and is a very good format when it comes to value appreciation of certain cards, of certain sets. If we're seeing this card being heavily played in decks in Pioneer, we'll probably see not a decrease in price, but an increase in price of the card. If obviously this card gets banned both in Pioneer and Modern, don't be surprised if we see that this card probably will be valued at around $5 to $6. So, as you can see here, the price of Once Upon a Time is decreasing. Check the price daily of this card, because once this card will begin taking value, that means that Pioneer and Modern have found a way to play strong decks with that card. You can leave me a comment below. What do you think about Once Upon a Time? What do you think about price speculation for this card? And here, there's a subscription button. Subscribe for my channel for more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.